Unis, Anis, Unis, Anis. Approximately a year ago, a channel appeared called Unis Honest, almost out of nowhere, created by Ethan Nestor and Mark Fishbacher, or better known as Markiplier and Crank Gameplays. You see, it seemingly came out of nowhere, but it was the most intriguing idea that the channel would live for 1 year, and then it would die, and they would delete everything. It managed to gain 4 million subscribers in the span of a year, 4.12 at the time of recording this. And you see, it was the most intriguing idea, so I, Detective Hal, had no choice but to investigate. I'll tell you what I found. The channel premise, Unis and Anis. Well, there's the person, Unis and Anis. While most of their backstory and such is speculation, it is presumed that they are Mark and Ethan, with Ethan being Unis and Mark being Anis. Also, the one example we have of Mark actually letting someone have the first spot in something. Now, particularly what I would like to touch up upon is their ending, and the lessons that they tried to teach. You see, again, at the time of recording this, we are 10 days away from the end. So let us focus on what they taught us. They taught us that death is inevitable, and that you can try, you can fight it, you can deny it, but in the end it will claim us all. But that doesn't mean we should live in fear, nor should we be upset with it. We should simply take it as a sign to use the time that we have the best that we can. That was their channel premise. And, well, you can debate whether or not they spent that time well. In my opinion, they did. They sought to entertain. They did strangest things no one had ever done before. And they determined many things that many of us would be too scared to do. Another lesson they taught. They taught us that fear is irrational, and that we should, at best, we should avoid it. If we continuously fear that which we do not know, or fear that which we believe will have a different outcome than one which is pleasurable, then we will never fully experiment and know what we can do. Like I, the detective, if I had decided that fear would overtake my life, I never would have become a detective. I never would have learned and seen the things I have seen. But enough about me. Unis and Anis traveled a great deal, and while there are many mysteries I could unpack, I could seek to discover, I alone am impossible at doing such. So instead I focus on that which is the end for them. Memento mori. Remember death. Death is a part of everything, after all. And we should always remember it. Not not out of fear, not out of hatred, but out of acknowledgement. Acknowledging that the end will come, and making the most of the time that you have. What would you do if you had only a year? It was one of their catchphrases when they started, and one that's started to reappear now. What would you do if you only had a year? A year is a long time. You can do a lot of things in a year. There are a lot of things you also can't do in a year. So, it really comes down to you. How afraid will you be? How unafraid will you be? With the end nearly in sight, and the end of this video too, I implore you, join Unis and Anis for one last time, as the clock ticks down to our inevitable end here. I implore you, think back to everything that has happened and take joy in it. Find your favorite videos, rewatch them, laugh, smile, and have a good time. Because in 10 days, there will be no more Unis or Honest.